Much, Mr. Matthews. May I now invite Dr. Dinesh Tyagi, please?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Venkatji. Thank you, Mr. Gurnani, distinguished panelist, and Mr. Matthew. It's a great privilege for me to be part of this webinar. And I do believe the large number of common service center operators are also joined, and they live in villages. So I will actually talk a little differently on Atmanirbhar from the perspective of a villager, perspective of a person who lives in villages. How does he see what is an Atmanirbhar Bharat to him? And I'm sure when Atmanirbhar Bharat is being talked about, it's talked about in the concept and in the manner in which a person remotely located and he perceives to be. So what does he think that what is an Atmanirbhar? I just give an example of, I have gone to a university, Delhi University, addressing some students and asked them, have you gone to a government office? About 80% will raise their hands. I asked them, would you like to go second time to a government office? They all shouted no. The aspirations, the aspirations, that's Atmanirbhar Bharat. For them, Atmanirbhar Bharat is enablement, empowerment, and inclusion. That is Atmanirbhar. For common man in a village, Atmanirbhar Bharat looks differently as compared to what we perceive here in living in urban areas. So the Common Service Center purpose is also to make Atmanirbhar Bharat. I share few things. So Common Service Centers are access points, digital access points, which are operated, managed by a local entrepreneur, and he delivers various services to citizens. There are 400,000 of them, probably one of the largest network in the world. It has never had been there. And these entrepreneurs are amazing entrepreneurs who do exceedingly well within the constraints of the rural India and deliver services to citizens across. There are a lot of things which have happened over the years. The JAM TT, the Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile are signs of Atmanirbhar Bharat, empowerment and inclusion. They are part and parcel. Government of India also, what do we need to them? We need to them in order to create some kind of a digital literacy program where they understand what is digital, enable them to use a digital tool, and also then help them in trying and use accessing services. If we can do all the three components together, we are making self-retained. Gandhi's dream of Swaraj is this, that if I can become independent and I can access all that what is available to other people across in an inclusive manner, I become Atmanirbhar. For me, Atmanirbhar Bharat is actually looking at the person in the last mile and making self-confident and equally participative in the nation building as somebody who is outside and living and having an urban area. So the Common Service Center does some part of the work on making Atmanirbhar Bharat. As you said, about 50,000 are operated by women, and as usual, these women entrepreneurs are amazing. They do better than men because their credibility is very high, and they are also more sincere as compared to men. They don't do mischief as a man operator can do. The essence of Common Service Center is, since it's operated by local person and managed by local person, his credibility is higher. His ability to cheat is low because he lives in the same community. They not only know him, they also know his family. So he will be able to do service and better as compared to an outsider going to a village and doing service. That's what they do, and that's what the process of creating are. So we looked into some of the things. The government of India has started program for digital literacy. 6 crore citizens, 6 crore families, one in every family is being made digital literate. That means they'll be taught basic of digital literacy, how to use digital tools and access digital services. Out of this, about 2.5 crore has already been trained, and the remaining, in any case, will be trained in another couple of years. So you'll get 6 crore people digital literate. And we have amazing stories of people who have never used a computer, a man and a woman, a ration shop dealer now doing ration shop, 62 years, learned the computer and started doing ration shop through a computer. So there are examples of digital literacy and which a client have. Then of course the tools which are accessible to them, the mobile is accessible to almost everybody. There are a large number of them. There are 60 crore people who have mobile phones now in India. So there's significant number of mobile. There are internet access also is available to people. And the BharatNet project, which is being launched, will try and help in creating access to internet in 250,000 panchayats across the country. So once you have tools, digital literacy, access to tools, digital literacy, and internet, you will probably be able to see the fruits of what is an Atmanirbhar Bharat becomes part and parcel of that segment of society which is so inclusive. What we do quite a large number of things. We do first we do on financial inclusion, that everything. Today the government of India is now doing DBT, 8 crore of Ujjwala beneficiaries, about 9 crore farmers, about 20 crores Jan Dhan account holders. So about 40 crore people have got money into their account. But where do they go? After 70 years of independence, we have only 40,000 rural branches of commercial banks. How do these 40 crore people will get access to that finance in 40,000 rural branches? The opportunity today is that the Common Service Center helps in getting an access to them because it's very close to their place. And unfortunately, Aadhaar-enabled payment system helps quite a lot, that you don't only need a biometric device, and it is better than a card because you can't cut somebody's finger. It is far more authentic as compared to using any other mode of delivery of financial services. So we do these across the country in all the places. Any person, if the people are sick, this common service operator goes to his or her house if she is an old and unable her to draw money, and they can do a balance inquiry, do this and do a money transfer. So they're actually doing banking in that sense. And of course, we're now tied up with few of the banks where they do also generate lead for buying loans. So you can actually create a lead and then buy a loan asset. You buy a TV, fridge, or a car or a scooter sitting in a village, doesn't have to go to the branch, which is what is being created across. Then we do a digital teacher. We almost do everything for education purposes. Small class 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, literacy in IT. You can do literacy in management courses. We have got also the IGNOU courses which are available. We have IIT prelim coaches also have coaching facility available. You have coaching facility for various jobs which are available in India to a person in village. So maybe one person or one girl want to appear for exam, she can go to Common Service Center, pay some fees and do that part of the work. So we do almost everything possible in the education field. And third, we do telemedicine. We do large number of telemedicine in all the three: Ayurveda, homeopathy, and allopathy. In fact, COVID has actually stabilized our system quite a lot. We were earlier doing 6,000 transactions telemedicine every month. In the COVID time, we had actually gone to 60,000 every month. So we are probably also one of the largest network on telemedicine in the world, which is operated and managed in the system. So they do teleconsultation through a doctor, and both the patient and the doctor talk to each other. So this is also very significant. So what we're doing is we do three of them, DBT we call them: digital doctor, digital banker, and digital teacher, or all these common service centers, which helps the community to access most of the services close to the place of their residence. We also now see that there is a potential for creating using new technologies. So people in urban area can go to a site and buy goods, and goods can be supplied to them. But rural people still have a problem. Nobody supplies to them. So we created what we call a CC Grameen e-store. This is operated by a village level enterprise. We have now got 1 lakh Grameen e-store. They have their own business app, and the customer can do it. So these operators place order through the customer app. He then supplies to them the local material. He procured the material locally. He may procure locally from the farm. Somebody is buying fish from the fish farm. Somebody buying mango from a mango farm. Somebody in vegetable from a vegetable farm, and supplying to local communities. 1 lakh people, and we just launched it about a month before. Our turnover is about 10 crore rupees transactions already taken place in a short possible time, with not much of publicity around. Our advocacy is also done by the same operator. He is the best because he understands technology. He enables people to understand. He calls them, and he has built a huge credibility on the ecosystem into them. Recently, we launched what is, because the APMC has been abolished, and with the abolition of APMC, we have now launched a Kisan E-Mart. In the Kisan E-Mart, a farmer can directly sell to traders. We have a platform with a partner in Pune, and therefore the platform is being used. We have recently sold lychee of Muzaffarpur, Bihar to London, and we are now selling pineapple from Tripura, 100 tons to Dubai. So all this is possible. We have sent potatoes and tomatoes, of course, within Indian, and of course sending abroad. And they're getting very good prices. The farmer is very happy. His money is safe. He gets immediately payment, and he of course get a better price. And he is also not cheated in terms of quantity, quality, etc., because everything is very transparently done. The farmer doesn't have to bother. The logistic partner goes and lifts everything for the farm. He doesn't have to bother. He just stays in the farm. I think this APMC abolition itself is the great huge value proposition, and the farmer will actually become far more sustainable in producing things as we're doing it. We are also trying in buying blue ginger from Bastar, which is sold in Australia, and also Imli, which is also tamarind, which is sold abroad from large tribal areas. So we are trying to work out through the Common Service Center, which is our base, using technology platform in creating Atmanirbhar Bharat. For us, Atmanirbhar Bharat is those people who are living in villages actually feel equally empowered, equally enabled, and equally enlightened as somebody in the urban area. That is for us is Atmanirbhar Bharat. As I said, there are many stories of that. We of course deliver government to citizen services, means you can take a PAN card or that. Our dream is that if today I can supply goods online, cash on delivery, why can't we supply government service cash on delivery? The point which is mentioned about the student saying, I want everything to be in my house. Today people are prepared. Why can't we send a land record to his house? Why can't we say ration card to his house? Why can't we say, and he is prepared to pay. See, the day we change it, that will be Atmanirbhar Bharat. If we are still asking people to go to government office, either take a license, even to set up industry, why should you go to government office at all? Why can't the licensee come to your house? You apply online, send all documents, let the verification. And the verification can be through a Zoom, like a webinar format. You can verify physically the face of the guy if you still want to verify. These notions is to change. That will create Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat is talking about grassroots. Atmanirbhar Bharat is talking of reforms in order to empower the communities, and that's not possible. So I think we do believe that common service centers are playing a great role, and these entrepreneurs are amazing. If you see the story of them, they are too good. One chap in handicap guy whose last year turnover was 8 crore. I don't know how do they do the business in those circumstances in rural India. There's one chap who's read Sanskrit only, and he started 3 years before. His last year turnover was 2 crore. They sell everything and they local community and empower them. Many of them are employing people. There are about 5 to 10 people employed in almost all centers. So about 1.2 million people are having jobs. We do believe that our Grameen store, which we have now launched recently, if we do 2 lakh of them, we'll also further employ 5 people and we get another 1 million jobs created in rural India. Because they will also work for logistics for other partners who want to do it. There are some partners who want to use logistics for rural India. They can use common service centers for doing that. So I thought I little digress from what was being talked about Atmanirbhar, but I think my belief is, and our belief for common service centers, we believe is Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we call it Gram Swaraj. We are providing internet, we are providing digital literacy, we are providing digital access to services, and we are providing digital technology, and also training and empowering communities to learn whatever they want to learn at little cost. That's what I thought I will share with you. And these common service centers today are listening to you. They must be participating across the country, because when you send it, we also shared across these 4 lakh centers. So those, some of them, of course, they listen in Hindi, so they largely Hindi speaking, but I think many of them will understand English. We're also teaching them English. We're also making them understand English. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Munish.